people have now been charged with plotting to blow up U.S.-bound airliners in a scheme that was broken up by investigators earlier this month. Police in London today announced charges including conspiracy to commit murder and terrorism. Investigators also said they uncovered bomb-making equipment and martyrdom videos. 11 other suspects remain in custody but were not charged. One woman was released.
Israeli troops shot at Hezbollah guerrillas in southern Lebanon today, again shattering the ceasefire. Today, Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert got a first-hand look at some of the damage caused by Hezbollah rockets in northern Israel. All this while families buried slain Hezbollah fighters in the city of Tyre. Aline Sergani reports the American government is now promising help for civilians caught in the crossfire.
In his first full news conference in more than a month, President Bush put the spotlight on the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, announcing that the U.S. is sending additional humanitarian aid to the region.
America is making a long-term commitment to help the people of Lebanon because we believe every person deserves to live in a free, open society.
The $230 million aid package includes cash and food for people whose homes were destroyed or damaged during the 34 days of fighting. Lebanese troops continue to move into the southern part of their country, but the international force that's supposed to join them has been delayed because of the debate between the countries that were expected to commit troops.
The international community must now designate the leadership of this new international force, give it robust rules of engagement, and deploy it as quickly as possible to secure the peace.
When the president opened the floor to questions, the first was about the war in Iraq. Mr. Bush vowed to stay the course until Iraq can stand on its own in the name of securing the United States.
We're not leaving so long as I'm the president. That would be a huge mistake.
The president's remarks come on the heels of a deadly weekend in Iraq. Snipers took aim at a major Shiite religious procession on Sunday, killing at least 17 and injuring hundreds more.
I hear a lot of talk about civil war. I'm concerned about that, of course.
But the president is calling for patience, saying his administration stands behind the Iraqi leadership and its desire to defeat the terrorists. At the White House, Aline Sergani, CBS 5 Eyewitness News.
More stubborn antics from Saddam Hussein at his new war crimes trial. He refused to stand up for the judge. He even refused to give his name. That's Saddam on trial again for war crimes against Kurds in the 1980s this time, as well as genocide and crimes against humanity. He told the judge, "You know my name. The whole world knows my name." Saddam is still awaiting a verdict from the first trial, which could include a death penalty. That ruling is expected October 16th.
A passenger train barreled into a railway station in northern Egypt today. 51 people were killed and more than 100 hurt. The collision happened during the morning commute 12 miles north of Cairo. 4 cars derailed and overturned, forcing the closure of lines along the Nile Delta. Security forces searched for survivors and recovered bodies in the wreckage. The train was going at least 50 miles per hour at the time of the crash.
The man who shot one of the most familiar photos in U.S. history has died in Nevada. Iwo Jima, Japan, February 23, 1945, war photographer Joe Rosenthal captured the image of 6 World War II servicemen raising a U.S. flag. The Pulitzer Prize-winning photo was originally taken for the Associated Press. It later became the model for the Marine Corps War Memorial in Virginia. After the war, Rosenthal worked as a photographer for the San Francisco Chronicle. His daughter says he died yesterday of natural causes at an assisted care facility. Joe Rosenthal was 94.
A new offensive on West Nile virus is about to begin in the Bay Area.
Up next, the Bay Area community that has seen a dramatic increase in West Nile cases since last year.
So you take this big old ridge of high pressure and you slide it from the east to the west, and then what happens? We'll explain the pinpoint forecast after a sneak peek at the current conditions outside.
Years ago, the 49ers battled the Cowboys for a Super Bowl bid.
Dallas 27, San Francisco 21.
With just seconds left in the game, Dwight Clark made NFL history with the catch. Now, the 49ers head to Texas to take on America's team and one of their biggest rivals. How will former 49er Terrell Owens perform as a new Dallas player during one of preseason football's most anticipated matchups? The 49ers battle the Cowboys Saturday at 5 on CBS 5.
Proposition 86 imposes over $2 billion in higher taxes on smokers and tobacco users. Only a small percentage of California adults smoke. Smokers pay the tax, but only a fraction of the funds go to tobacco-related programs. 85% go for things that have nothing to do with smoking, like obesity programs. The biggest share of the higher taxes go to hospital corporations, many of whom are funding Prop 86. They get hundreds of millions a year. Proposition 86 is unfair. No on 86.
We use Stanley Steamer because they make sure that more than just our carpet and upholstery are clean, they make sure their employees are too. With Stanley Steamer, I know who's coming into my home. All of their employees are drug tested and background checked. I want someone I can trust, and that is Stanley Steamer.
Call today about our 119 special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gives carpet cleaner.
I have lost over 65 pounds on Jenny Craig. And
Kirsty, I lost 90 pounds.
Yeah, and since I started, all sorts of Jenny clients have lost over 3 million pounds. But it was me.
Kirsty, I'm down 140.
Good. But
Kirsty, 52 pounds. Here's my old fat pants.
Oh, I have groupies.
It's your final week to get 6 weeks for $36 plus the cost of food. Call 1-800-JENNY-20 today.
Have you called Jenny yet? Apparently everybody else has.
Here's another thing you should know about tribal gaming. California Indian casinos have created over 100,000 jobs for local businesses.
Because we work together, our business has grown with Indian gaming.
Indian gaming provides a strong foundation for the growth of local businesses.
It's helped us expand our services, hire more people, support the 3 generations of printers.
We wouldn't be in business if it wasn't for Indian gaming.
For 20 years, Indian Gaming has partnered with local businesses. Join Californians for self-reliance.
Tony Tantillo, the Fresh Grocer, is brought to you by Cola Vita, extra virgin olive oil.
Welcome back. Vector Control is going to conduct another round of anti-mosquito spraying. This time the fogging is set to begin Wednesday night in an area of Saratoga south of Highway 85. Vector Control has found more than 4 times as many infected mosquito pools in the county this year compared with all of last year. Also this year, more birds have died from the virus in Santa Clara County than in any other county in California.
So some beautiful weather this weekend, and Roberta says she went for a long bike ride. Are we going to still have the same?
Yeah, but you know what? You didn't hear the other side of my weekend where I vacuumed the drapes.
That sounds really exciting.
I know, it's very domestic, wasn't it?
You need to get in some trouble, I think.
With a little T.
With a little T.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is what we're talking about. The sunshine from Mount Vaca looking out towards the Central Valley, but this is what we're seeing next to the coast and the bay. We're still shrouded in that deck of low clouds and patchy fog. In fact, it is visible on our satellite image, and it continues to saturate the Golden Gate Bridge all the way back through Pacifica, Half Moon Bay, Moss and Montera beaches, and Monterey still reporting plenty of cloud cover, and currently it looks like a pretty low ceiling. 70 degrees, however, with the sunshine in Napa. We do have winds up to 12 in Concord, also at 70 degrees. Temperatures span from the mid-50s with the clouds in Pacifica to 70 degrees in Concord, Clayton, and Dewana Creek. It's currently 74 degrees at the airport at LAX. Meanwhile, we have temperatures at 73 in San Diego. It is now 103 in Palm Springs, where the relative humidity is next to 13%, very dry. We're now at 84 in Fresno, going up to 96 degrees, and the clouds are beginning to lift around Fort Bragg. Here's the deal. High pressure is over there, the Great Basin, but it's going to begin to retrograde. And as it does so, it's going to heat up the upper atmosphere, and our temperatures are going to climb today, but it won't be as warm today as it will be tomorrow. Wait till you see the 5-day forecast. But meanwhile, today, count on 74 in Santa Rosa, 83 in Livermore, and that's down from the average high of 89, but it's still warmer than yesterday when we topped off at 79 degrees. 83 in Pleasanton, San Ramon, Dublin, and in Danville. Meanwhile, San Francisco at 62 below average, and Los Gatos through Saratoga at 79 degrees, mid-70s from San Jose through Willow Glen, and meanwhile around let's say the Morgan Hill and Gilroy area, low 80s. Here you have it, CBS 5-day forecast. Notice our temperatures jump on Tuesday under the influence of high pressure, and we'll have the 90s all the way through Thursday. Okay, I don't care how many games are out of first place. There's nothing like a hot dog and watching the Giants play host to the Diamondbacks. Game time temperature in the upper 50s, so make sure you have your favorite Giants jacket. And I think we can get in a little trouble at the baseball park. What do you guys think?
I think so. Yeah.
What time should we meet?
It's been known to happen.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, Roberta.
And we'll be right back.
Pinpoint Weather is sponsored by Jackson Rancheria. Are you a dream catcher? For more information, call 1-800-822-WINN.
So now they want to increase oil taxes? Really? A $4 billion state tax increase on oil? Ouch. And for what? To fund a new alternative energy bureaucracy with no accountability to taxpayers and no requirement they produce any results. Since when is that a good idea?
Vote no on 87. It's a recipe for waste, not progress.
Attention seniors. If you're a homeowner 62 years of age or older, there is a safe, secure way to convert a portion of your equity in your home into cash without making any monthly loan payments. That's right, no monthly payments. A U.S. government-insured reverse mortgage from Seniors Reverse Mortgage allows you to convert a portion of your equity in your home into cash, giving you the financial independence you deserve.
Before we heard of reverse mortgages, we were ready to sell our home of 40 years and move out of the area.
A reverse mortgage allowed us to use our home to stay in our home.
If you've been thinking about selling or refinancing your home to meet financial obligations, stop. There is a better way. Call the specialist at Seniors Reverse Mortgage today to find out how a reverse mortgage can provide the financial security you desire and ensure your financial future by converting a portion of your home's equity into tax-free cash with no mortgage payments. Call today.
What? Please speak up. What are you saying?
Do you have difficulty hearing on the telephone or any other problem using the phone? Use one of these specialized phones free from the state of California. These amazing phones help anyone who has difficulty hearing or seeing or moving or remembering or speaking. And these are free to California residents who need them. So help yourself, a friend, or family member. Call the California Telephone Access Program.
When I saw my picture, I was mortified, so I called LA Weight Loss. LA Weight Loss will change your life. It changed mine.
This summer, Dorothy is going to the beach. Men kind of follow me with their eyes. I'm like, yeah, I see you too. I love that.
You can totally do this. It's really that easy. Thank you, LA Weight Loss.
This Dorothy is gone away.
Just pick up the phone and call.
LA Weight Loss Centers now just $7. Call for your free consultation. 1-800-526-SLIM.
Well, today's tip of the day is going to be with Valencia oranges. Yes, there is some navel oranges are coming in from South Africa and New Zealand. They're in the market. They're expensive. But California Valencias, domestic Valencias are in the market, are about 1/3 the price. And let me tell you something. They got a couple of seeds, but big deal. These oranges are sweet and they're loaded with juice, and they make the best orange juice you could possibly make with these Valencia oranges. But let's talk about selection stores. They're perfect. Come on, let me show you the best way to select them. You see this here? Nice and orange all the way around. A little bit of greening is okay. Valencias actually regreen on the tree, unlike a navel orange. You want to make sure it's heavy for its size. That means it's packed with juice and free from any shriveling around the skin whatsoever. When you bring them home, what you want to do simply is store them on the counter. Never store them in the refrigerator. Because if you store them in the refrigerator, you know what happens? All that, beautiful juice turns to pulp and gets dry, and you don't want that. Room temperature, Valencia oranges. Look at this one. One seed. So what's the big deal? It's not a navel orange. Sweet, delicious. Oh, by the way, loaded with nutritional value, like oranges are. And I'm Tony Tantillo, your fresh grocer. And always remember to eat fresh and stay healthy. Smell this.
Moviegoers slithered into theaters this weekend, enough of them to make the much-hyped Snakes on a Plane #1 at the box office. Samuel Jackson stars as a cursing FBI agent. He's on a red-eye flight. Killer snakes are on board too. Lots of giant, evil, computer-generated snakes. They were put there to do away with a witness in a murder case. Snakes on a Plane got a head start on the weekend by opening Thursday night, raking in about $15 million.
Show is going to the animals. Dogs and their owners were hanging 10 in Southern California. This Sunday was the first ever canine surfing competition at the Coronado Dog Beach. Besides the surf competition, there was also a fashion show, pedicures, get it, pedicures, and pet psychic sessions. All proceeds from the event went to a local charity. The dog looks scared.
Dogs did better than the humans did there. Coming up a little later at 5, a lot of people rely on Carfax reports to tell them if a used car has been in a crash. Carfax now admits there are thousands of accidents every day they don't know about. Tonight at 5, how you can protect yourself from buying a lemon.
And that is it for this CBS 5 News at noon. Our next newscast is at 5.
And don't forget, Eyewitness News is always on CBS5.com.